Hi, this is Michelle from Have Fork Will Travel, and a week and a half or so ago we did a reveal for mystery basket number 5. This was a little bit different one. The components were a little bit out there, so to speak. So we had cheesy kale chips, the 3-bean salad, black garlic, and the kicker was the barbecue flavored crickets. So we'll start with the ingredients by themselves. The kale chips, as you can see, it's basically just dried kale with cheese on top. And if you've ever made kale chips, you know they're very crisp, crunchy, and the cheese just adds a little bit extra dimension to it. Standard 3-bean mixture, and then black garlic. Black garlic is fermented garlic. If you've ever roasted garlic, it's a sweet flavor when you put it in the oven. This is a little bit fermented, so it's a little funky, but not in a bad way. It's great for adding depth of flavor to just about anything. And then the crickets. So these little guys have been roasted and then coated in a barbecue flavored powder. And they're actually not bad. I wouldn't say they're one just to sit and snack on, but if you add them into something for a little bit extra crunch or in this case a barbecue flavor, it works out really good. So I made a bean burger, as you can see, with a black garlic and mustard aioli, and it came out really, really good. We put them on toasted brioche buns and decided to just make it nice and simple, top it off with a little bit of Japanese mayonnaise, the flat cheese that everybody knows and loves, and some sliced tomatoes. So the garlic aioli was really simple. It's one of those things that people buy at the store because it's really easy to grab, you know, the squirt bottle and put it in the cart and off you go. To make the black garlic aioli, it only took 3 or 4 minutes. If you have a food processor, you just toss everything in except for the oil. Drizzle it really, really slow because you want to make an emulsification. And you can add as little oil as you need to if you want more of a paste, or you can add more if you want it more of a pourable mixture. I went with a little bit thicker on it because I wanted it to stand up to the burger. So for the 3-bean burger, I smashed up the beans. You can use a food processor, but the beans already cooked. It makes it really simple just to get out a potato masher and mash the can down after you drain it so that you have a little bit of texture. You don't want like a refried beans. You want some of the 3-bean left whole to give a little bit of texture. Then you can add in either TSP, which is textured soy protein, or chopped mushrooms, or even a little bit of oatmeal if you want a little bit more texture. Throw in an egg to help hold it together, and then whatever seasonings you like. In this case, I put in about a 1/4 cup of the crickets ground up, and about 2 teaspoons of garlic, 1 black garlic clove that I pulverized a little bit. It's very soft, but I wanted to make sure it was incorporated. And then I added in some of these kale chips. The good thing about the kale chips is it adds a little bit more crunch factor, a little bit more, I don't know, makes them healthier because you're getting your greens in there too. And the taste blends really well with the crickets and the beans. And then I will say this, one of the things that I do when I'm making my burgers, regardless of what type of burger, I jokingly call it my secret ingredient, is when it's almost done cooking, you hit it with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and it just makes it so much better. It's really easy. It also helps it caramelize on the outside a little bit to get a little bit extra brown. And I have to say, when I tried one of these earlier, if I didn't know that it was a bean burger, you wouldn't be able to tell, because the TSP that I added made it a little bit more chewy, like a hamburger would be when you cook it. And the trick is making sure that you have a little bit of fat in there. So if you add in a little bit of cheese before you cook it, or in this case we added the mayonnaise underneath the burger, and then the black garlic aioli on top of it, and then of course with the tomatoes and the American cheese, it just brings it all together, and it's a really good meal. It's very healthy, low fat, and you can change it up however you want. If you want to add in more mushrooms, you can do that as well. You can add just about any vegetable that you want. If you're going to use something like carrots or celery, I would dice them very small. You don't want, or pre-cook them ahead of time a little bit, because you don't want raw vegetables in there. It will be too hard to bite into it, and you don't want to feel like you're eating a salad. You want to feel like you're eating a hamburger. So that being said, again, these are the kale chips, and they're really tasty, and I have to do this just because somebody's going to want to see me do it. This is a cricket. It's a little nutty and earthy from the roasting process, but seriously all you get is the barbecue flavor and the crunch. So if you're going to take the crickets and incorporate them into something, I would start with a little bit and see how you like them. I know you can purchase them off the interwebs, but I did get these over at World Market. They're not that expensive if you're going to use them for the fun factor of look what I can eat. But I do recommend trying that. It is an interesting way to go. I don't know that I'll be adding them in often, but it is a way to change up and add more protein. Crickets are very high in protein, and I don't know if the American diet is going to go the way of bugs ever, but it is a fun thing to try. So with that, I'm going to put my nice little burger together. And this is real food in a real kitchen, nothing fancy about it. And before I take a bite, I will say if you have any questions, comments, things that you want to put in mystery basket number 6, just go to www.forktravel.com, go to the comments area, and let me know what you think. So here we go. Let's try to eat this without wearing it. It's really good. As you can see, nice layers, nice crunch from the bun. I'm obviously not good at talking with my mouth full. There we go. Too big a bite. So, it was really good. And again, if you didn't know that that was not hamburger, with the type of seasonings you put in it, you can make it mimic having a ground beef burger. I do suggest, if you're going to go this route, and I'll write the recipe up and put it on the website, to put in a little bit of smoked paprika. Again, that's one of those little flavor changers that will add a little bit of authenticity to the flavor, so it doesn't taste like beans. I like beans, it doesn't bother me, but again, if you're introducing someone to a non-meat lifestyle or a non-meat option, this is a good way to do it. So I hope you enjoyed the random bugginess of today's meal that I made. And again, if you have any thoughts, concerns, questions, or any suggestions for mystery basket number 6, which will air in about 2 weeks, go to forktravel.com and let me know. And remember, life is too short for bad food.